The Forbidden Skies of Nepal, The Tragedy at the Roof of the World. Part 1. The High Altitude Paradox. Nepal is a land of breathtaking beauty and impossible extremes. It is home to 8 of the world's 14 highest peaks, including Mount Everest. For many, it is a spiritual sanctuary. For others, the ultimate physical challenge. But for those who navigate its skies, Nepal is something else entirely. It is one of the most dangerous places on Earth to fly. In the aviation world, Nepal represents a high-altitude paradox. The very mountains that draw millions of tourists every year create a graveyard of metal and memory. On July 24, 2024, that paradox claimed another 18 lives in a tragedy that unfolded in full view of the country's capital, Kathmandu. Part 2. The Fire in the Valley. The morning was typical for Kathmandu's Tribhuvan International Airport. At 11:11 a.m., a Bombardier CRJ-200 belonging to Saurya Airlines prepared for takeoff. This wasn't a standard passenger flight. It was a technical test flight headed for the resort town of Pokhara. On board were 19 people, 2 crew members, and 17 technical staff. As the plane lifted off the runway, something went catastrophically wrong. Instead of climbing into the thin mountain air, the aircraft banked sharply to the right and plummeted into the eastern section of the airport grounds. The impact was devastating. The fuselage split apart, and a fireball erupted, sending thick plumes of black smoke into the sky. Amidst the charred wreckage, however, rescuers found a miracle. Captain Manish Shakya was pulled from the burning cockpit, the lone survivor of the 19 souls on board. Part 3. The Bowl of Kathmandu. To understand why crashes like this happen so frequently in Nepal, you have to look at the geography of the Kathmandu Valley. The airport is situated in a massive bowl, surrounded on almost all sides by towering mountains. For pilots, it is a nightmare of navigation. Restricted airspace. Larger planes cannot fly a standard approach. They must navigate through specific gaps in the mountain ridges. Thin air. The high altitude reduces lift and engine performance. Microclimates. A clear morning can turn into a wall of fog or a violent thunderstorm in a matter of minutes. In 2024, the Saurya Airlines crash added to a grim list of disasters at this specific airport. In 1992, a Pakistan International Airlines flight crashed on approach, killing all 167 people on board. Just months before that, a Thai Airways flight hit a mountain nearby, claiming 113 lives. Part 4. A Pattern of Tragedy. Nepal's aviation industry has boomed in recent years. In a country where many villages are inaccessible by road, planes and helicopters are the only lifelines for food, medicine, and trade. But this rapid growth has come at a high price. The Saurya Airlines incident was the latest in a spate of deadly crashes. Only a year earlier, in January 2023, a Yeti Airlines flight crashed while landing at the new airport in Pokhara, killing all 72 people on board. That crash was the deadliest in 30 years, and it sent shockwaves through the global aviation community. The issues are systemic. International aviation bodies, including the European Union, have frequently banned Nepalese airlines from their airspace, citing insufficient oversight, aging fleets, and a lack of proper pilot training for the country's unique terrain. In the Himalayas, there is no room for error. Part 5. The Test Flight Mystery. One of the most haunting aspects of the 2024 Saurya Airlines crash is that it was a test flight. These flights are meant to ensure the safety of the aircraft before it returns to regular service. The people on board were not tourists. They were the technicians and engineers whose job it was to keep the planes in the air. Investigators are still looking into the cause. Was it a bird strike, an engine failure, or a loss of control due to the aircraft's weight and balance during the turn? Whatever the cause, the result was a reminder of the fragility of life at the roof of the world. Conclusion. The cost of connection. For the people of Nepal, flying is not a luxury, it is a necessity. The pilots who fly these routes are among the most skilled in the world, often landing on short takeoff and landing runways that are basically carved into the side of cliffs. But as the 2024 crash at Kathmandu proves, even the most experienced pilots are at the mercy of the mountains. The tragedy of Sauria Airlines is a story of a nation caught between its need to connect with the world and the treacherous reality of its own landscape. As we look at the 18 lives lost and the one pilot who survived, we are reminded that in the high-altitude world of Nepal, every takeoff is a leap of faith and every landing is a victory against the terrain.